Okay, the prompt for hùng is discipline is not a dirty word. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, the stage is yours.
I want to look at the surface level of the prompt, as in discipline is not a dirty word. When we say discipline, it's not that taboo of a word, nor is it a curse word. Like you can typically see it being covered in a dictionary or so. It's not necessarily a slang. It's been around for whoever knows how long, since the English language was created, for all I know. But other than that, discipline, the idea of discipline is to some very boring, very rhetorical, very ordering, like very forced. And I can definitely see why that is. I know myself, and I don't like to operate on a schedule too much. I want every day to be different. I want every day to have a little bit of spice to them. But having some discipline is very good, and it can lead to many benefits. Take for example, someone like a bodybuilder who is on a diet. Like they have to follow their diet every day in order to keep their physique, in order to do their job, and in order to maybe inspire others to do the same thing that they do. Discipline can make you a really good person in the working field. You know how to take orders, you know how to listen, you know how to do the job that you are required to. But as I always say, too much of something is never good. And discipline can make you really uptight, really controlling, and that also applies to kids, because you know, kids are very chaotic, they do what they want, they typically don't listen to orders or teachings that their parents or mentors give them. By teaching discipline into kids, they can learn to have a normal schedule. For me, I think that I am a disciplined person. I am able to maintain a schedule well enough. I am able to follow orders. I know what to do, and I know what not to do. Discipline is not just impact from the outside. It can be from internal, from you as well. Self-discipline is almost like self-control. It also translates into the words that we speak on a daily basis, or the comments that we make on a person's post. Like if you see someone wearing something not that fashionable, or not fashionable at all, and you go and type that to them, or you say that right to their faces, they might get a little hurt, or they might be offended. They're gonna start forming opinions about you, and really, do we want that? No, we don't want people to think of us as a bad person. Or maybe you do, I don't know. For me personally, I don't. So we think in our minds, we say, should I or should I not? You probably should. When it comes to a point where you have to question yourself whether you should say something, then most of the time you shouldn't. I think discipline is a core part of who we are, and how it shapes us into human beings becomes apparent in everyday life or in situations that are required. I guess that's it. That is all.
Thank you for your presentation. Phoebe, do you have any follow-up questions?
Okay, so Hung, there's a couple of questions I'd love to ask you. So the first is, amongst all the things that you've just said just now, within a span of 3 minutes or so, what would be your highlight of what you just portrayed? What's the one thing, if you can just summarize it for me in about 10 seconds, what is it going to be?
Discipline can be good, but don't use too much of it, and just keep it in line. Too much of something is never good, and you should be fine.
Yeah, okay. And why are we talking about this today, here, now? What's the significance?
I think in this day and age, we are used to have we are used to like speaking our minds and doing things that we shouldn't do, that are maybe not as productive and beneficial as we like. As like, I have days where I wake up for school and then I just want to sink myself into the bed, forget about all my other troubles, just sleep throughout the rest of the day, for the rest of the month, hibernate. But I remember that I have responsibilities that I need to fulfill as a human being, and discipline teaches us that. It reminds us that we all each have a purpose, we all need to do something, and we should do it because it's beneficial, so why not?